What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Golden Octagon MMA channel. I am Matt Anderson. Dorian Rose is on the other side of your screen, and we are coming off of probably the oddest fight card that we've had all year, dude. We are basically in the same situation that what we were in last week. Literally nothing has changed. But before we get into the show, how you been this past weekend, man, or this past week overall?
Everything's been good my way, dude. Just basically ended up shitting the bed and on my best this past weekend. So, my fighting bets, my football bets, every single one of them shit out. I couldn't pick my nose if I wanted to at this point. So, that part went bad, but other than that, health and everything's good this time. So, not sick this time around. So we're all good, man. How's your week been?
Just started this new damn job, dude. So been having to get up super early, trying to get the whole fucking schedule, like just under control for the most part, because it's early as shit, and I just pretty much sit there all day because I can't really do anything because I'm new. But it is what it is. But on today's show, real quick, we're gonna talk about this past weekend's fights, maybe how our fucking bets went and shit like that. Fight news for this week, and then basically we're gonna talk about this upcoming weekend's fight, the last card of the year. We're gonna give you our thoughts, our opinions, our picks on that card, and then we probably only got one more show left, man. Probably fucking talk about the fights next week, and then that's pretty much it until next year. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I was gonna say unless you have like a surprise pod that in mind or something like that. But
yeah, I don't know. But that's what to look forward to in today's show. So if you guys wouldn't mind, give that like button, show it what's up, hit it, do what you have to do to it. Subscribe to the channel if you are not, and all your comments are always appreciated down below. We had a shout out last week, dude, and guess who wasn't in the live chat or didn't comment at all until the other day when I was like, yo, did you hear Dorian shouted you out? And then he went back and commented on the pod.
yeah, I was expecting the live chat comment, man. Like he's in there literally every time. So I'm like, dude, come on, Papa Chuck. I was trying to look out for you this time around, dude.
Yeah, it is what it is. Shout out all of our viewers, all our commenters. We truly appreciate all of y'all. Thank you all for just clicking this button and just watching us ramble, giving us a chance to hear what we have to say about MMA as just longtime fans. So let's get into the show, dude. So you said you didn't do too good on your bets this past weekend, dude. What was your parlay buster of the week, or I guess your one lock of the week that you had that you thought was for sure going to happen and just really just took a dump all over everything?
Oh, well, really, one of them was Paddy Pimblett by submission in round 1 or 2. That was one I kind of had linchpin in a couple of different parlays, along with one parlay where I had Dricus du Plessis by third round or decision, and he ended up getting it done in the third round, which we'll get into it. But yeah, Paddy Pimblett going the distance, that really surprised me. Something told me to do a double chance, just to do submission or decision, but I was like, nah, I like the submission. I was just a little bit better. And round 1 and 2, why not spice it up? But yeah, unfortunately, that busted pretty much all mine.
Yeah, dude, mine was early on, dude. I had I sent you like a little fucking video. I had a shit ton of parlays in like when the main card started. Yeah, like I had I honestly probably could have cashed out for like maybe like 60 to 70 bucks on like the total of like $20 like in the fucking parlays that I had. So I probably could have been up, but you know me, I'm a fucking degenerate. I'm gonna ride that shit out as long as it'll go like there's certain points I'll fucking pull out. But yeah, dude, I was good until the main card started. One that really kind of shit on a lot of mine was I had Ilya straight up in a few, and then I had Ilya by knockout in the majority of them. So the Ilya knockout didn't happen, dude, but I just kind of felt it coming, dude. I'm a Thug Nasty fan, but dude, that fight went exactly how I seen that fight going. Like, I don't know, dude. But and then the other one, dude, that just really took a dump all over everything else was just the ones that I just had my straight up picks, dude. I had 2 9 legs left, And the one fight that took a dump all over all of them was I had Alex Morono straight up. But and then looking back, it still wasn't a bad bet, dude. Like, he was winning the whole fight. So it was like Ponzi just did what Ponzi does, dude. He never stops fighting, and he gets that third round finish there, dude. But so that's the two fights that really just took a dump all over my parlays. But yeah, not a good weekend betting for your boy over here either. But let's jump into the fights from this past weekend. Let me give you all the results real quick. In the main event, Jan Blachowicz versus Magomed Ankalaev. We have a draw. No winner, no belt given. Yeah, nothing changed since last week. Paddy Pimblett gets the super controversial decision over Jared Gordon. I want to point out it was a unanimous decision as well, not even split, as Dorian's ESPN is updating him. Moving on down, Dricus du Plessis gets a third round submission over the gorilla Darren Till. As we were just talking about, Ilia Topuria gets the second round submission over Thug Nasty Bryce Mitchell. Prelims, just real quick, Raul Rosas Jr. Gets the first round submission over Jay Perrin. This one was my fucking lock of the night, dude. I had it in everything. Jairzinho Rosenstruck gets the first round KO over Chris Dawkins. Edmund Shabazian back on the winning track as he gets the second round TKO over Dasha Lugi and Bola. Chris Curtis gets a second round TKO over Joaquin Buckley. And early prelims, just real quick, Billy Quarantillo gets a second round TKO over Alexander Hernandez. Downtown, TJ Brown gets the third round submission over Eric Silva. And our opening fight of the night was Cameron Simon versus Stephen Kozlow, where Cameron Simon did get that third round TKO. And on the card also that we did talk about last week was Vicina Salvador versus Daniel Da Silva, dude. And that fight didn't even fucking happen, dude. It was canceled. So main card, dude. I'm going to let you ask me what you have to ask me, because I really don't want to talk about this card too much because dude, I don't want to say I wasted my money, but it was like I don't feel any different after watching the card than I felt before watching the card, because there's no clarity as to what really happened. So I'm gonna let you throw some questions at me, and then I'll shoot some back at you, and then we'll talk about these upcoming fights for this upcoming weekend.
Yeah, man. I mean, for me, everybody was really talking about, sort of the decisions in the main and the co-main event, how, a majority of the public went completely against, what was ruled as of right now. So I guess I'll ask you first for the main event. Overall, a lot of people were leaning Magomed, and even Blachowicz, made some comments after the fight to Joe Rogan saying, well, I didn't feel like I won, but I didn't feel like I lost. Do you think the judges got it right with coming up with the draw between Jan and Magomed?
This is a tough question because I'm okay with the outcome at the end. Do I feel like either one of them did enough to show that they're a fucking champion? Not really. You saw fucking Magomed get, I don't want to say exposed, but fuck, dude, he cannot take those leg kicks, dude. I don't know what Jan is fucking made of he kept throwing them, dude. And it's like, if that's his like fucking weakness, dude, that's a problem, because there's a lot of heavyweights, dude. Tai Tuivasa, I mean, what am I thinking, dude? This is light heavyweight. No, I'm just fucking
I was like, holy shit, if he moves up, he's really done.
Dude, yeah, but it's like there's light heavyweights, dude, that throw fucking leg kicks that also have fucking power, dude. And it's like, if that's his fucking weakness, that's an issue, dude. That's really like an issue. And on the other hand, Jan, dude, shown that he can get taken down and just fucking laid on, dude. So at the outcome, it's like, I don't care what happened. How I scored it, though, was Magomed Ankalaev. I thought he won round 1. I thought Jan Blachowicz won round 2 and 3. I thought that was pretty fucking clear. He was fucking Ankalaev's legs up without a doubt. I don't know if either one of those deserve a 10-8. I don't think any of the judges gave it a 10-8. But on the other hand, going to the next 2 rounds, I personally think if you gave Magomed Ankalaev a 10-8 for either of those rounds, you have to look at giving Jan Blachowicz a 10-8 for the amount of damage that he did to Ankalaev's legs in round 2 or 3. So, dude, it was just a really hard fight to score overall. I don't think any 10-8 should have been given overall, but I think because 10-8s were given, that's what made it a draw, dude. I think if a 10-8 wasn't given, dude, I think Ankalaev would have just won. But I don't know. It was like I said, dude. It was a hard fight to score. It kind of sucked. Past round like fucking 4 and 5, dude. I was like, this is why I did not want to see Magomed Ankalaev fight for 5 rounds. Usually he's just doing nothing on the feet. Now he's doing nothing on the ground. So this is even fucking worse. So I'm not an Ankalaev fan, dude. I'm just really not.
Yeah, I take away a lot of the things that you just said, and for me, to be honest, having no champ, it is kind of like, it's an empty feeling, because there's something that we wanted to see fulfilled, and it wasn't, as far as having a champ crown that night. But I honestly think the judges, even though they kind of stumbled into it, got the decision right. I mean,
Yeah.
I really think at the end of the day, we can make fun of the judges. Was it Derek Clearly, or which is the one that's in some sort of investigation now?
That's
Or
on the next fight, and we'll get into that. But he like the judges changed throughout the night, I think.
yeah, so but I mean, Derek Clearly, I think he was one who scored at 10-8 for Magomed there in that 5th round. And maybe, you can say that Magomed didn't deserve it or whatever the case may be, but I almost felt like at the end of at that fight, I was like, I really don't know who won. And if it was a draw, like I wouldn't be mad, because I mean, I thought they both were pretty even for the most part in terms of the rounds. I thought round 1 obviously was a swing round. And for me, I actually thought that Jan had actually won that round. But I do think that you could give Magomed a 10-8 in that 5th round, just solely due to Jan was not able to do anything at all. So he was dominated, even though Magomed wasn't doing much damage. But I do agree with you as far as, just Magomed, his fighting style, man. I
Oh,
told you during the week.
Tyson Pedro, dude. Imagine if he would just fought Tyson Pedro. Dude, he would struggle badly.
Yeah, well, I think Tyson would have to probably try to stop the takedowns too. But it was weird that Magomed just all of a sudden started wrestling in the 4th and 5th round, like just out of nowhere. But no, I do agree that and I told you throughout the week, dude, I was not excited for this fight card at all. And not to say that I kept telling you, dude, these bottom fights are fire. Like, I totally agree with you. But I knew at the end of the night that after a Magomed Ankalaev performance that we were just going to be left there like, damn, dude. Yes, and you can definitely say you felt like you wasted money, because at the end of the night, I kept complaining to Amber, because Amber actually stayed awake. This is one of the very first pay-per-views she stayed up for in a while and was able to watch like the whole thing with me. And I told her at the end of the night, we absolutely wasted our money buying this pay-per-view, because at the end of the night, I just wasn't satisfied with the result of the fight after Magomed just made it as boring as possible. I'm glad it ended up being a draw, because at least for right now, as UFC fans, we can survive that Magomed Ankalaev was not the champion at 205 pounds for at least this one time.
Yeah, man. And I think I may have like fucking seen like a message, and I'm like, it's because the destiny is that Yuri is the champion. And that being said, there will be no champion until Yuri comes back and reclaims his title. Dude, how crazy would it be if it was like draw, fucking Yuri comes back? Do they give him the title back, or does he have to fight for it? Like, is it going to be vacant? Like, how crazy would that be? It's just like no one can capture this title because Yuri's like the destined champion.
It's because he did it in a noble way. So it's like the MMA guys, instead of, everybody always says the MMA guys curse somebody. When in this case, they're blessing Yuri for at least another night. And we'll get into it a little bit later. But I think it's very safe to say that the next light heavyweight title fight, there's going to be a winner decided. I think somebody's going to get finished in that one. But yeah, at least for this night, the MMA gods looked out for us and made sure that Magomed Ankalaev was not the champion. at 205 pounds. Thank you,
Dude,
MMA gods.
the most boring champion. Dude, I don't know who would be more boring. A late Tyron Woodley, like later on as the champion, or Magomed Ankalaev, dude. You're just like,
Dude.
fuck, dude, this shit sucks.
Yeah, like you were like begrudgingly buying the pay-per-view. Like you're buying it and you're pissed off as you're buying it because you know it is
I
going to
guess
be
I'll pay
garbage at
this
the end of the night.
$74.99. Fuck, dude.
Like, this is some bullshit, man. Hopefully I can hit a damn bet and make sure I can try
Get
to
this
break
money
even on
back.
the same thing.
Exactly, dude. All right, dude. Anything else on this fight you want to move on down to the controversial co-main event?
Yeah, we can move on down. I've had pretty much enough of this.
Yeah, man. Let me start off by saying this. If y'all watched last week's show, y'all saw me. Like I was literally in a Paddy shirt and a Paddy wig for an hour and a half last week. I am a Paddy fan. I think he's entertaining. He's great for the sport. He has a personality, and I love that. That being said, dude, I fucking messaged you at the beginning of the third round, and I was like, is he down 2 rounds right now? Like, is he losing this fight? At the end of 3, dude, I was like, damn, dude, I think he probably lost all 3 rounds. Like, in my biased opinion, I'm rooting for Paddy, and I thought that he lost all 3 rounds. So when they said 29-28, I was like, unanimous 29-28. I was like, okay, maybe they gave Paddy round 2 because you also thought Paddy won round 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. So 29-28, fucking Jared Gordon wins. You know, damn, there goes the rest of my fucking bets. I think they had already fucking fell off like at that point. So it just kind of like sweeted like the pot. I was like, cool. But I was like, fuck, there goes whatever, dude. And then I was like, no fucking way. Dude, I don't want to call robbery because I know it was a close fight and Jared Gordon didn't do a whole lot, but I just thought the first 2 rounds, dude, he just landed the cleaner shots. And in the third round, even though he did no damage, he controlled Paddy, and Paddy really didn't do anything, dude. That left hook is definitely a problem. Before I ask you how you thought this went, dude, I just want to point out one takeaway that as a Paddy fan, I just thought this would have been fixed by now, dude. It's like, bro, the chin is up in the air, dude. He continues to just get hit. His defense is not good. And I messaged you this during the fight. I was like, luckily Gordon has no power, because if not, he would have gotten knocked out already. Because, dude, I'm telling you, anyone that has power that Paddy fights, if he does not fix these issues before he fights them, dude, he's done for. He's done for, dude, because he gets hit, dude, and his defense is not good. I just hope it improves. How did you think this fight went, man?
Yeah, so as you said, I did mention when you had messaged me, you asked me if Paddy was down 2-0 at the end of the second round, and I said no, I think that Paddy probably won the second round, but it's definitely, for sure at worst 1-1. So I thought going into that third round, I thought Jared Gordon won the third round personally, and I know that there wasn't much action going on in the fight, but everybody that was defending Paddy was like, oh, he landed more significant strikes. I think on like the stat sheet, he landed 1 more significant strike than Jared Gordon did in the third round, and Jared Gordon has significantly more control during the third round. So I thought really that was a swing round. The judge who scored that first round for Paddy Pimblett has lost their everlasting mind, because there is nobody. I mean, I could have gotten my oldest daughter Abby to watch that damn first round, and she could have told you, hey, yeah, that dude in the blonde hair got his ass kicked. Like, he was getting completely lit up with those left hooks from Jared Gordon over and over. It did take Jared Gordon a second to kind of get started. It looked like almost the emotions of the moment was starting to get to him. I say probably about the first 30, 45 seconds. He wasn't really active. It seemed like he was kind of nervous, but once he had kind of started getting a flow to himself in that first round, he absolutely ran away with it. So yeah, I don't see how they were able to score that fight for Paddy. Paddy definitely skated by the skin of his teeth, and I think the biggest takeaway overall from it was really that as far as a big step up for Paddy, I don't want to say that he's not good or that he's not going to have a chance to evolve and get better, because there's a lot of people who are like, oh, well, he's going to get killed by everybody in the top 15 and he's never going to be a champion and blah, blah, blah. I don't think that it's, that defining of a moment for him. I still think he has time to kind of build on himself, but I do think that just that this fight showed that he has some work to do to kind of prove himself that he's worthy of being a top contender at 155. To be fair, I don't really think he's calling himself the champ, unless I'm missing something in an interview. He's not really, saying that, I'm going to go and he said he could have put up a better performance against Islam than Charles did, but I don't think he's necessarily saying, hey, let me fight for the title immediately. If he's calling for a title fight, then I can understand why fans are wanting to see him get beheaded a little bit, but I think he understands where he's at, and he knows he's got some work to do to build himself up. So, I think overall, I thought Jared Gordon won the fight. Paddy, this is another one where you got to thank the MMA guys for getting away with that decision there, and you got to thank Santa Claus for that Christmas gift, as Ilya Topuria said. But yeah, you definitely got a gift there. But just take this and kind of build on it, and just improve from here. But I don't think this is any means to say that Paddy Pimblett will never be able to fight in the top 15 or for a title. It just shows that he's just not ready for it just yet.
Do you call robbery or no?
The only reason why I would say it's not a robbery is because there's not a lot of times where I'm going to listen. I do like listening to Dana White's post-fight press conferences, but there's not going to be many times where I actually agree with him on certain opinions. But there is a point that he made going into that third round, was that Jared Gordon fought the third round as if he knew he had rounds 1 and 2 in the bag. And I think that is kind of dangerous for Jared Gordon to have fought the third round, kind of just wanting to get a little bit of control. I think for Paddy, for him getting the back control and stuff in the third round, and for him to have the last bit of control in the third round with the crowd getting really involved and really behind Paddy. You see the dumbass Barstool guy sitting up front with them stupid ass shirts and wigs on. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the
those
Barstool
look like
guys,
Donald Trump wigs. Like that
yeah.
didn't even look like Paddy wigs.
No, yeah, it absolutely looked like something like on a mop head or something like that. Like, it didn't look like Paddy wigs at all. And they just, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of those guys anyway. But I do think the crowd kind of swaying the judges was what kind of gave Paddy that round. But Jared Gordon kind of fought the third round like he had it in the bag. And unless you went out there and knocked him down a couple of times, I just don't see how he could have fought that third round like that. So, no, it wasn't a robbery.
Are you surprised that it wasn't even a split, that it was unanimous 29-28?
Yeah, I thought it would have at least been a split, just because, like I said, I thought Jared Gordon won rounds 1 and 3. But again, I do think that Dana made the good point about him not fighting aggressively in the third round. But yeah, I was surprised, especially considering how split the judges were in the main event. I figured there would at least been a split on this one as well. But yeah, Paddy gotta thank Santa for that gift, man.
Dude, it's just, and like, I'm biased. I'm a Paddy fan watching, and I'm just like, fuck, dude, he's losing this fight. Like, he's losing this fight. And then at the end, 29-28, dude, I was like, they gave it to Jared. And then they said, Paddy. I was like, no. Like, my girlfriend looked at me and said, no fucking way. I was like, I guess.
Amber did the same exact thing because she absolutely thought Jared Gordon won, because she was like, dude, Paddy gets hit, because that's her first time actually watching a Paddy fight from beginning to end. And she said, dude, he gets hit way, like, her takeaway from the fight was he gets hit way too much. And she thought that Jared Gordon won because he was getting hit way too much in that fight. So, I mean, kind of casual fans like our significant others to kind of watching and see that too. I mean, I think it's kind of crazy to see that the judges couldn't see that.
Yeah, man. Anything else on this fight, or you want to move on? This is going to
we can
be
keep it
the fucking tagline of the video, because that's what everyone's doing this week. If it'll get someone to click on this damn video, the title of this is going to be, "Do you think Paddy won? Our opinions." That's going to be the title of the podcast. So get ready for that. Moving on down, dude. Ponzinibbio taking on Alex Morono, dude. Alex Morono dropped him round 1 and 2 and had him on skates in the third, dude. And Santiago Ponzinibbio comes back round 3, showing that he is a dog. And, dude, freezes Alex Morono on the feet, dude. I felt bad for him because his face was like, and he was like trying to block, and then Ponzi just racked him again, dude. Just knocked him down. And dude, Herzog was just letting them fucking go. He was letting people take some extra damage on Saturday night. Any takeaway from this fight?
Not too big of a takeaway. I'll start with Alex Morono first. And I told you, even after the fight, I was actually very impressed with Alex Morono, because coming in on short notice like that, one of the reasons why I picked Ponzinibbio last week was I thought that he was going to come in, maybe short a gas tank and kind of needed to get an early finish, or he wasn't going to be able to get the win at all. But to drop Ponzinibbio in the first round the way he did, to drop him in the second round, and then in that third round to have him hurt really bad, like, you don't really see Ponzinibbio get he's been hurt, but you never see him get knocked around the way that Alex Morono was kind of knocking him around. And he's been in there with Jeff Neal and guys like that before, some real power punchers. But Ponzinibbio's just got that dog in him, man, and was able to kind of stand in there and last. And I do like how he went into that corner. Santiago Ponzinibbio went into his corner in the third round, and his coaches yelled at him. He said, "Look, champ, you're down 2-0. You need to get up here, and if you want to get the win, you got to go get the finish, champ." And Ponzinibbio knew he had to. Got a little bit aggressive there at the beginning of the third round and rocked for it. But, man, just stayed the course. He kept doing one of your favorite moves that Carlos Ulberg does and keeps going with the jab to the body. Set it up beautifully. As he feinted the jab to the body, you could see Morono thinking it was going to be a body shot, kind of backing up, and Ponzinibbio was able to frame him up with that sub-zero right hand and just froze his ass. Froze him like Izzy tried to Alex Ferreira, and just didn't quite work. But yeah, man, that was a really good fight, and hats off to Alex Morono for stepping in on short notice and giving us such a good fight.
The size that he had over like fucking Ponzi kind of threw me off, because I don't think Alex Morono is that big of a guy, but he was just bigger than Ponzi. So that kind of threw me off at the weigh-ins, made me confident in my pick. It wasn't a bad pick. The fight was going Alex Morono's way until it wasn't, dude. So that was our first. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was going to say no. I told you as far as size-wise, Ponzinibbio has never been the biggest guy, and Jeff Neal and Miguel Baeza were two dudes. I mentioned to you Jeff Neal in specific, but yeah, Jeff Neal kind of towered over him a little bit. So Ponzinibbio has always been kind of on the smaller side, but he's got that speed and that power to make up for it.
Yeah, man. So that was our first different pick, or I guess our fifth different pick of the night. I did go Alex Morono. You went Santiago Ponzinibbio. So you are up one, dude. Our next different one was there in the Gorilla Till taking on Dricus du Plessis, dude. And I got to be honest, I'm just a Darren Till fan, dude. I'm going to pick him like you picked Tony Ferguson, dude. It just is what it is. Like, you're going to continue to pick Tony Ferguson, and he's going to keep losing, dude. I'm going to pick Darren Till, and he's going to continue to keep losing, dude. I do think Darren Till, truly, I think he should go back down to 170. He can make it. He needs to be disciplined. Dude, he needs to go back down to 170. You see the size disadvantage that he has at 185. He's not big enough for 185. He needs to be disciplined and go back down to 170, dude. What blows my mind in the fight, though, is that how are you working with Hamzat, dude, and your takedown defense is still absolute fucking garbage. Like, Dricus du Plessis was on like one leg and was able to like pick Darren Till up and like fucking high crotch get him down like on one leg. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? There's no way you're working with Hamzat and your takedown defense is this garbage, unless y'all are literally just friends. Y'all are just hanging out and y'all aren't training together at all. Like, I don't understand that. Dricus du Plessis does get the third round sub. Darren Till round 1, I was like, what the fuck is happening? Is he going to try to fight, or is he just pretending that he's a punching bag this round? It was almost stopped multiple times. Round 2, it looks like Dricus maybe had gassed out a little bit, and not the good way of gassing out, not the tired Dricus mythical creature. It just looked like he was gassed. Darren Till was literally, he was lighting him up on the feet, hitting him with elbows, knees, hitting him like with the left. I think Darren Till won round 2. Got taken down a few times, but he was able to get back up. But he did look good round 2. And then round 3, dude, I feel like the old Darren Till that we've seen the past 3 fights now came back, dude, where all you had to do was get him down, throw a couple punches to his face, and he's going to turn over and give you that RNC. And that's exactly what happened, dude. Take away from the fight?
Yeah, so I told you going in that I was never really a big believer in Darren Till, and I don't mean to make this moment to kind of bash him, because I know you are a fan of him, so I don't just want to just unnecessarily attack him. But at the same time, I've never been the biggest believer in the hype, and I think that's what more had me doubt him as a fighter. Still never thought that he really won the Wonder Boy fight. People can go back and forth about it, whatever the case may be. He lost to Tyron Woodley. Darren Till is actually Tyron Woodley's last win, if we can actually put that into perspective. Like, not like Tyron Woodley's last win ever, like for MMA, boxing, anything. That is his last win. It's against Darren Till. Darren Till, he had the fight against Calvin Gastelum, okay, but then he lost to Robert Whittaker. Decent fight, but Robert Whittaker, besides round 2, pretty much won that fight cleanly. And then Darren Till had just multiple times where he had pulled in and out of fights, got smashed up by Derek Brunson really good. Of course, knocked out by Jorge Masvidal. He's. I'm not saying he hasn't fought killers, but I don't think he's of that level. I just don't. And I think that a lot of people have tried to make him the next Michael Bisping, whether it's his fault or not. I guess, that's just kind of what happens when you're from that same region, is that people try to prop you up to be the next version of said person. And I guess it's kind of unfair expectations for him to live up to. But I do think that, he's just going to have to kind of take a step back. I do think 170 would be the best move for him as of right now. In terms of how the fight actually went, man, I do think that Dricus, I thought that in the first round, obviously with the wrestling there, Dricus said he wanted to try to show some wrinkles in his game, and I thought that he really did, as far as, when Darren Till was on the fence and was trying to get up, there was a couple of times where Dricus was able to hook his leg and bring him back down, and he did kind of show some evolution in his grappling game. And I do think, as my cast is sitting here trying to fucking get in on the podcast with me too, man, so I do think that Dricus, he was really able to show off his wrestling there. In the second round, I've just come to the point to be convinced that Dricus in the second round is taking the second round off, because he goes so hard in the first round. Because this is almost, so what, this is 2 fights in a row now where he's gone to the second round, because his other 2 fights, I believe they ended in the first. But this is 2 fights in a row where he's gone into the second round, and it looks like he has absolutely nothing left. But there in the third round, he ends up finding another gear, and I think that's what he ended up doing. He was landing the jab a lot more in the third round. So once I seen him kind of landing a little bit of his hands a little bit more, he admitted in his post-fight press conference that Darren Till is a good distance manager, so it was hard for him to close the range. But he also admitted that Darren Till is way too small to be at 185, because Dricus said he walked into the octagon weighing 210. He walked in weighing 210 on fight night, and I'm sure Darren Till probably barely got up to 195. So definitely a bit of a size difference. And Dricus even admitted after the fight, man, if he wants to try to have some type of success as a champion or as a champion challenger, he needs to go back down to 170. And I do think that would be the best move for him. But Dricus, yeah, I just think that it was really just a good win for him. He got sort of the name rub off of Darren Till for the hardcore fans, and that's another one notch. And now he's in the top 10 of middleweight, and I'm excited to see where he can go from here.
Give me Darren Till versus Kevin Holland back at 170. That's what I want to see. Moving on down, dude. Thug Nasty versus Ilia Topuria. Dude, this went, I don't want to say exactly how I thought that it was fucking gonna go, but dude, Ilya was knuckling Bryce up. I was hoping that Ilya was gonna have a bad weight cut. He didn't. He looked fine on the scale, dude. He's a little reckless with his shots, dude. Bryce Mitchell came out after the fight saying that he had the flu the previous week. Who knows, dude? In the end, did Bryce have a chance even at 100%, dude? Or was he just going to get knuckled up that whole fight no matter what, dude? Because we do know that his striking isn't the best in the world. And we do know that Ilya has fucking hellish power.
Yeah, man. So I mean, for me, for this fight, I know you were cheering for Bryce, and I was cheering for Bryce too. But just as far as just making the smart pick, I mean, it kind of set up for a night for Topuria, which is why I was kind of disappointed that Bryce Mitchell took the fight with Topuria instead of like a Sadiq Yusuf or somebody like that. Because not to say that Sadiq would have been an easy fight either, but Bryce literally picked the toughest fight that he could have taken against Ilya Topuria and just gave up his ranking spot for no reason. One of the things that I wanted to mention real quick, did you notice that during the week, because Bryce Mitchell did have a loss during the Ultimate Fighter, but he had never been credited that loss before.
Yeah, that's what
Did you notice that they actually gave him a loss?
All week, it said he had a loss. I was like, and I went back to his fucking Tapology. I'm like, there's not one on his Tapology. It literally says 15-0. And then on the fucking UFC is 14-1.
So they said that what they're going to do now, which is weird that it's almost retroactive, that since he lost in the semifinals of the Ultimate Fighter, that they're going to consider that professional bout. So almost retroactively gave him a loss because he lost in it. Yeah, and added a loss. Like that was so weird how they ended up doing that. But no, as we had kind of said going into the week, I did see that Bryce's striking advantage, it definitely wasn't going to be there for him. I thought he had the speed advantage and the footwork, and I still think he did. During the fight, I thought he was able to kind of manage the distance as well as he could. I just thought that really the biggest thing for Bryce, he doesn't have a lot of power, and he had nothing to make Topuria respect. So if he couldn't take Topuria down, which we knew it was going to be hard for him to, he was going to have to get some respect from the striking. And once he was kind of able to land a few shots and wasn't able to deter Topuria whatsoever, I mean, me and Amber are both Bryce Mitchell fans because we watched him on the Ultimate Fighter season with Daniel Cormier and Stipe. And I looked at her and I said, man, if he can't get this fight to the ground, this might be over pretty quick. And to Bryce's credit, I mean, took shot after shot. And you could see
that those literally knocked Jai Herbert unconscious. Those exact shots, one of those knocked Jai Herbert unconscious. Dude, Bryce took a few of those. And I saw his Instagram from earlier today, dude. It looks, dude, both of his eyes are literally black and swollen. It looks like he got hit with a shovel.
Yeah, dude. He looked like he got ran over by a car just about. And that power with Topuria is just different, man. I'm so excited for him just as far as the different matchups you can make with him at 145. I don't see him moving up to 55 anytime soon, but dude, a matchup with, could you imagine a matchup with Ilya Topuria and Josh Emmett? Like how much fireworks a fight like that would be. Two short, stocky, just throwing hooks, both guys just going in for the KO, or Topuria against T-City or just somebody like that up in the top. So I'm so glad that he's kind of made this climb to the top pretty quick because he's going to make some really fun matchups.
Indeed, man. Indeed. So I did go Bryce Mitchell in that fight, even though I didn't feel too good about it. I went with my heart instead of my gut, as I said last week, dude.
Hey, but you had the camo hat on during the podcast. Don't act like you weren't going hard for him.
Yeah.
Don't act like you weren't going hard for him.
But how did I announce it, though? I was like, my gut tells me one thing, but I'm going to go with my heart instead, dude. Yeah, dude. So, dude, that is 3 for you, dude. So you are pretty much already the pick champ, but we'll go ahead and announce the last 2 on the prelims. Raul Rosas Jr. versus Jay Perrin, dude. How does Raul Rosas Jr. beat Jay Perrin faster than he beat the dude on the Contender Series. It took him to decision to fucking beat the guy on the Contender Series. And Jay Perrin, in his last 2 fights, has taken very tough fighters to decision. That, dude, this is still hurting my head trying to figure it out. Raul Rosas Jr. gets the first round submission, dude. Thoughts on this fight, and you learn anything? You picked them, so.
Yeah, no, I know, and I did think that Rosas was going to win. I mean, I thought that, you know, from what I've seen in the Ultimate Fighter, his wrestling was going to be good enough to kind of get him through. I did think that it was going to go to decision. So as far as the bet parlay buster, the one that we were talking about earlier, that was actually another one. I had Rosas by decision in a couple of them, and that kind of ended up coming back to bite me in the butt. But man, he ended up going out there and making quick work of Jay Perrin. I messaged you immediately after the fight was over and was like, dude, he made that look easy. And for an 18-year-old, I mean, hell, he's getting ready to go to class the following Monday. But he's got to go out here on the UFC pay-per-view and kick some ass real quick before he goes to class on Monday, dude. I mean, it's such a badass like story overall, just to see a kid that young coming in and kind of making a pop like he has. Slow down on the title talk, man. I know you're excited. You're 18 years old. You got your first finish in the UFC. You're on a pay-per-view card, headline of the prelims on ESPN before going into the pay-per-view. So he was in a big spot, and the UFC did prop him up. Slow down on the title talk a little bit. Well, you'll work your way up eventually. You're 18 years old. You got plenty of time. Just kind of get some experience under your belt, man, first. But, I mean, as far as did we learn anything? Not really. I mean, because there wasn't really enough in the fight to really take away from to learn. I just thought that, you know, he's kind of shown what he's really shown up to this point in his career. And it's that he's got really good submissions. He's got good wrestling. And apparently his background was striking before he got into wrestling. But, dude, the way he wrestles, I would have thought that his background was wrestling. So to have that ace in his back pocket like that, and that's not even his A game, he's definitely going to have some time to grow. But I couldn't really take enough from the fight this past weekend to really make a determination on how good he can be.
Same, man, same. So moving on down to the only one that I got right out of the 5, man. Out of all 5 of them, this was the only one that I got right. But it was the fight that I was most confident in, dude. For 2 weeks in a row, dude, I said I don't think the Daukaus brothers are that good. Maybe they made a little splash, you know, coming on brothers through the Contender Series, like it is what it is. But once they get to the UFC, I've just seen, I'm like, why? Neither one of them have impressed me. They both, in my opinion, have had shaky chins. And dude, Jairzinho, I fucking said this shit last week. I am the king at calling Jairzinho Biggie Boy Rosenstruck fights, dude. Whether he wins or lose, I'm calling that shit spot on. I called round 1, round 2 Biggie Boy KO, and it only took 23 seconds, dude. Thoughts on this fight, man? And what do you think about Daukaus, and where does Biggie Boy go from here?
Hard to really make of the fight, man. I just think that Daukaus, it just almost seems like that, you know, I've been more of a believer in Chris than I have Kyle. Kyle hadn't really shown me too much, but I thought that Chris, especially in the heavyweight division, I thought that, you know, his boxing, he's really shown some potential, but it just seemed like his defense has just completely regressed. I think he got a little bit carried away because he did land a big right. As soon as the fight started, he landed a big right hand and sent Jairzinho Rosenstruck's head back. So I think he got a little bit excited and he rushed in. Jairzinho's jab is like absolutely sad. His timing. I
said it last week. He knocked a person out with it, with a jab.
Well, his timing is perfect with it because the way it was Alan Crowder who he knocked out, and the way he knocked him out with it, as soon as Alan Crowder goes to step in with a big right hand, he just flicks that jab out, and Alan Crowder basically runs into it. Did the same thing to Chris Daukaus this past weekend, man. As soon as Chris Daukaus lands that big right hand, he gets a little bit excited, tries to go in for a 1-2, and as soon as he goes to throw that right hand, I mean, Jairzinho just throws that jab out just quick as lightning and landed it on him, hurt him real bad, and he did not give Chris Daukaus any chance to recover. And that leaping left hook that he's got is absolutely savage as well. That's like not the same one that he hit Overeem with, because I know he threw the right on Overeem, but that little leaping hook that I think he hit Augusto Sakai with it, with that leaping left hook. But yeah, he is a savage with that leaping left hook.
In that flurry, he threw a flying knee at Daukaus too. Like a 265-pound man throwing flying knees at you, and you don't even like remember it happening, and it all happened within 20 seconds, dude. Like, there's very few people in the heavyweight division as a whole that I see beating him. You for sure have to be bigger than him. If you're not bigger than him, I don't think he's fucking going to beat you. And if you have been knocked out at all, dude, I think he beats you. I think a good fight to be made, dude, is Biggie Boy versus Derek Lewis, dude. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I'm worried.
Yeah, you took my pick.
I'm worried that it would look a lot like Francis versus Derek Lewis for 3 rounds, though, because both of them have to be aware of each other's power, yeah? Because, you know, it's like the knockout highlights for both are fucking vicious, dude. So
or it could be Tatu Ivanza and Derek Lewis. I mean, if you put Derek Lewis out there, man, I mean, Derek Lewis can go for it when he wants to, but I do think based on his last couple fights, you could see a little bit more of a hesitant Derek Lewis. But man, I think if you get an aggressive Rosenstrike like that, you could definitely get a little bit more different Derek Lewis. And I don't want to see Derek Lewis fight a wrestler by any means. So I think that's perfect matchmaking.
Yeah, I'm done seeing fucking all the Derek Lewis fighting fucking wrestlers, dude. So that was the 5 for this week, man. So I got 1 right, you got 4 right. So that makes you this and new pick champion of the week. This will be a background for me to win back this upcoming week, man. Dude, I believe I've had that for literally 2 pay-per-views straight. Dorian finally gets it back.
And the crowd goes wild. And we're going to end the year with it, because we're going back to back, baby. Let's go.
Maybe,
I stopped feeling bad for you.
Maybe, man. So just closing out the rest of the prelims real quick. Edmund Shabazian gets the 2nd round TKO over Dalshalugi and Bula. Glad to see Edmund back on the winning track. Yeah.
Good to see him get the win. I actually did think that he was going to lose going into the fight, so seeing him get the dub, not going to say it surprised me, because he was a big favorite, but good to see him able to kind of turn his misfortunes around and get that dub.
Yeah, and just to let all the viewers know, if I took off my shirt, I would look exactly like Dalshalugi and Bula, so don't even question it.
Would your thighs look like his thighs, though?
Yeah,
that's the question.
Yeah, man, 100%. Like, my shorts wouldn't even fit over one of my legs because it was just too big.
his legs look like a bone-in ham. Like, they are just like fucking massive, bro.
Dude, he has to have like point number 0 body fat, dude. Like, he is so shredded, dude. I don't think if I've seen a fighter more shredded than Dalshalugi and Bula, dude.
Well, William Knight is another one of those guys.
I don't know, dude. Just you can literally see the fibers in his fucking neck muscles, dude. Oh, goodness. So moving on down, the opening fight of the regular prelims was Chris Curtis versus Joaquin Buckley. Dude, it looked like Joaquin Buckley had a good game plan, and he just loses how he always loses, just by getting caught, man. It looks like Joaquin was winning until he wasn't. He got caught with, I believe it was a caught kick and then left straight just right down the pipe and just fucking snoozed them. The size of Chris Curtis over Joaquin Buckley kind of surprised me at the weigh-ins. I was like, what the hell? I thought they were going to be the same size. It threw me off that Chris Curtis was the bigger man, and just the size of his head was a lot bigger than Joaquin Buckley too.
That was a point that a lot of people like to make to Chris Curtis, that his head is big as hell. Believe me, Chris Curtis, I got that a lot too, so I definitely know where you're coming from. But yeah, I did think that the fight almost kind of played out to the way I thought it would, that Chris Curtis could be patient and end up kind of outboxing Joaquin Buckley. Buckley started off super fast. And, I mean, landed a bunch of combos on Chris Curtis, but Chris Curtis has a good guard for the most part. So a lot of the shots were landing, but not super clean. And then, as you said, Joaquin Buckley does tend, when he loses, he does always tend to get caught out of position and get caught with a big shot, whether, it's against Kevin Holland with his hands down. DeCarrico, he kind of bum rushed in and got caught, and then he got caught with the head kick in that one. And then in this one, same way. He went to throw the kick and got caught off that. So I still think Joaquin Buckley, I'm not saying that he's going to be a title challenger by any means, but he is a good fighter, and I still think he has a pretty good foundation to work on. He's another fighter I'd like to see potentially move down to 170 because he seems to make 185 pretty effortlessly and has a lot of energy fighting at 185. I think he could really, if he wants to try to have chances at a title, he's only 28 years old, so he's got a lot of time to build. I do think that he could potentially make a move down to 170 and fight up. But Chris Curtis, the action, man, just keeps it going, man, and getting another finish as well. So hats off to Chris Curtis.
Dude, I'm just kind of looking at the results real quick, which the last three. Billy Q gets a second round TKO over Alexander Hernandez, moving down to 145. TJ Brown gets a third round submission over Eric Silva. Me and you were both wrong on that one. And Cameron Simon gets the third round TKO over Stephen Kozlov. Dude, how crazy is it that literally the fights that we agree on, dude, the 9 out of 10 times, dude, those fights happen, dude, but it's the ones that we agree on. For example, on this whole card, we had 5 different picks. Those were obviously different picks. However, all the ones that we picked the same on, aside from one fight, and that was TJ Brown versus Eric Silva, dude. That was the only fight like that me and you were both like, well, I don't think TJ Brown's that good, so let's get Eric Silva. Me and you, that's just what we said, and that's the only one that we agreed on, but we got wrong on the entire card, dude. I need to start putting all the ones that we agree on just in a parlay, dude. That's just what I need to start doing.
It's the golden octagon curse. It's the golden octagon curse is what it is.
Yeah, man, it has to be. But that's all the fights from this past weekend. As we said, didn't really learn anything from the fights overall. Did we waste our money? Possibly. Who the hell knows?
Yes. Yes, we did.
So let's move on to some just news real quick, dude. Let's continue with these investigations, dude. The MMA investigations just keep on fucking happening, dude. I sent you this right before the podcast. The judge that you said, Doug Crosby, dude, that is his name. He is under investigation for, let's see, what is the correct terminology, because I don't want to get this wrong. Controversial judge who scored the Paddy Pimblett fight is now under review by the commission. This is a very serious situation in quotes. However, he is not under review for the Paddy Pimblett fight. I do want to throw that out there. He is under review for the Danny Sabatello versus
Rafion Stotts.
Rafion Stotts. That fight in Bellator. So he scored the fight pretty much 5 rounds to no for like fucking Danny Sabatello. And I gotta be honest too, I didn't watch the fight. I have no clue how it went or what happened. Do you know what happened? Because I just know the story is that it clearly went the other way, and he did 5-0, where it was the first time in MMA history that a judge scored 5-0 for a fighter, and the other 2 scored for the fighter, so that fighter lost. That has never happened ever before. So this guy is being investigated for his, I guess it would be his favoritism in the fights. The word about it is, just speculation over here. Nothing in fact. This is all just hearsay. That he tends to give fighters scores that would favor the company if they won the fight. So that's what the investigation is kind of about. So the same guy that scored the Paddy fight, less than 24 hours later, scored the Rafion Stotts versus Danny Sabatello fight. So what are your thoughts on this shit happening, man?
Man, it just seems like these investigation news is getting crazier and crazier. But I mean, I did not see the whole Rafael Stas and Danny Sabatello fight because I'm going to be completely honest. Uh, I've told you I've watched Bellator before, but that's the second Danny Sabatello fight that I've watched, and it was absolute dog water. Like he has, that's the steal a term for my niece. I don't know why she said that all the time. It was stuck in my head, but his fights are absolute like shit, dude. Like I mean, they're just wrestling and just control, and it's nothing with the control. So a lot of people, from what I'd seen from the fight, it looked like Sabatello had a lot of control with his wrestling, just not a lot implemented with it. So I could see that, you know, if he was to hold a dominant position but not really get much off with it, I could still see how a judge would score that fight for him, similar to how I would have scored it for Jared in that third round against Paddy Pimblett. Even though he didn't do as much. It just seemed like he did more in terms of dominance, but it's almost like it's so weird how like the Paddy Pimblett thing ended up happening, and all of a sudden the guy ended up coming under investigation when all the judges scored the fight the same way in terms of 29-28. I know this isn't the fight that ended up really throwing up the red flag. It was the Sabatello and Stotts fight, but just weird how all the circumstances kind of came together. But yeah, for 50-45, I thought it was a little crazy, but with the wrestling control, I could see it for sure.
Yeah, man. So it's just kind of an odd shit overall, dude. So any other news that you want to jump into before we start talking about the upcoming fights that have been announced over the past week?
No, that's really some of the big things that I wanted to get into were the announcements.
All right. So I'm not sure if I said this last week. If I did, I apologize. We got Jasmine Jasudavicius taking on Courtney Cast Iron Casey. Care about that one at all? February 25th.
You did announce that last week, and nah, not really.
All right. So Cody Stamen taking on Luan Luis Lacerda. Looks like he is coming from LFA, but Cody Stamen returning January 21st, UFC 283. Bantamweight, care about that at all or no?
Don't know the opponent that Cody Stamen is taking on, but that'll be for that, I guess, that Brazil card. So trying to load up that card as much as they can, I see.
Yeah, man. So moving on up, Farid Basharat, younger brother of Javid Basharat, going to be taking on Damon Blackshear, UFC 285, March 4th. Thoughts on younger brother of Javid, also joining the UFC? Fight's pretty much the same.
Yeah, I was about to say the crazy thing is they look pretty much the same too, fight pretty much the same, and is he also at 135 like Javid is?
Yep, bantamweight, yep.
Yeah. So it's just crazy that you're going to have another Basharat run around the division. There's definitely going to be a lot of people that's going to mix the two up. Like there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, man. So this results from this past weekend. Dude, this was announced right after the fights fucking Saturday. Glover Teixeira versus Jamal Hill for the vacant light heavyweight title, UFC 283, January 1st, dude. So right after that fight ended, dude, Dana already had it in his head, well, we need a heavyweight fucking champion. Glover wants to fight in Brazil. Dude, what kind of threw me off is that I don't know that they went with Jamal Hill over everyone. Because he's ranked what, like 7th right now? Wasn't there anyone else ahead of him that they kind of could have put in there? Or do you like the Jamal Hill fighting for the title? Personally, I would have liked them, maybe seen him fight one person and maybe like one more before he got the fucking title shot, like versus like Jan. Dude, I actually like the Anthony Smith fight. I thought that was like a good fight. A little soon. He probably knocks out Glover. Let's be real. It's for sure like a possibility, but at the same time, Paul Craig fucking subbed them early round 1 with a crazy fucking sweep armbar and literally broke his arm off, dude. So thoughts on that fight immediately, dude, and it being for the vacant championship too.
I thought for Jamal Hill, I mean, you can say it's early, but I mean, really, I thought the only fight that was like kind of left before a title was, as you said, maybe Anthony Smith, maybe Jan. But I mean, I didn't really need to see those fights to kind of see him get a championship opportunity. I just thought I think in the way that it was put together, because I even sent you the message the next morning, and I didn't send it with like a link or anything, so I guess you just assumed I was joking when I said, hey, Glover and Jamal Hill for the title. So even when you're telling me like you're joking, right? Like you're not serious. I think the way that it was announced threw everybody off. But when you think about the actual matchup itself, it's actually a pretty fun fight, just because I think you're not going to get exactly what you got out of Glover and Yuri, because Yuri's just a wild man. But if you look at Thiago Santos versus Jamal Hill, I mean, that was a pretty wild fight for the most part. And we seen Thiago Santos fight like he hadn't fought in a while. And he actually implemented a lot of his wrestling as Jamal Hill. Now, Jamal Hill was able to use good get-ups and get back up to his feet, but that is one hole that I'm willing to see if Jamal Hill is kind of able to cover up, is his wrestling defense. And for Glover, you're glad to see him get another title shot. And honestly, for that Brazil card, dude, that card is stacking up to be a big one for sure. So, I mean, you're going to have them headline and Figgy and Morono for the co-main event. So that Brazil card is going to be a banger for sure. And I love the fight.
Yeah, man, it should be pretty good. UFC 285, March 4th. We got Amanda Ribas taking on Viviane Araújo. Thoughts on that fight? 125, man.
Yeah, Ribas is she's continually taking on tough challenges at 125. So you can tell she kind of wants that quick climb. And yeah, I mean, taking on another tough fighter in Vivi. I mean, Vivi, man, she's a dog too. So gonna be tough for Amanda Ribas. But I'm surprised they didn't try to throw them on the Brazil card, considering that they're both Brazilian. I felt like it would have made sense. But fellow countrymen and women, I guess, fighting one another. I know Brazilians are kind of against that too. So maybe that could have been the case.
Yeah, man. Your favorite pepper, dude, the ghost pepper, Eric Gonzalez, is going to be taking on Darius Flowers, added to UFC Vegas 68, February 25th, lightweight bout. Care about that?
All right, now I can complete that yawn I've been holding in for like the last 10 minutes. Hell no, I don't care about that fight.
All right, I don't know who that is. Dude, one that kind of threw me off just a bit, dude. Joel Alvarez is returning, dude, at 155 again, dude. He's going to be fighting Zabira Tukugov, UFC 284, February 11th.
Wait, who's making the return at 55?
Not return, but he keeps fighting, dude. Joel Alvarez, the fucking giant, dude.
Oh, well, I mean, I wouldn't say that he keeps fighting. I mean, he took on a couple of tough fighters, but
no, he struggles making 155, and he's like huge.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, the UFC must feel comfortable for him making the weight, because if they keep booking him in 155 fights, I mean, I gotta imagine that they feel at least halfway decent about him making the weight again. Maybe ran like a test cut or something like that, but yeah, man, he's a savage and he's fun to watch. But yeah, that's gonna be something to watch, as the scales for him.
And he's like fucking fighting Zabira Tukugov, which is, that's the fucking
the
one
dude
of
who
the
slapped
Khabib guys.
up Connor.
Yeah, like the one of the Khabib guys. Armin kind of exposed fucking Joel on the ground, but Armin's Armin, dude. So any other fights that you want to talk about that that have been announced or anything, or you want to talk about this upcoming weekend's fights, dude?
Let's get into this upcoming card, man. I would say I got nothing.
I got to be honest, I've not looked at this card at all. I don't know who's fighting at all. That's why I didn't announce it earlier in the show. That's why I wasn't like this weekend's upcoming fights, Cannonier versus fucking Strickland, because I forgot. I hadn't even looked at what the card was. So let me give y'all a live reaction to me looking at these damn fights for this weekend. So up first, we got the Killer Gorilla, Jared Cannonier, taking on Sean Strickland. Co-main event, dude, is a banger. We got Arman Saryukin versus Damir Ismagulov. Featured fight is Amir Albazi taking on Alessandro Costa. I'm not sure who that is. He looks like he's probably a late replacement for Brandon Royval because I know they were supposed to fight. Next fight, we got Bruce Leroy, Alex Caceres taking on Juicy J, Julian Erosa. Good fight. This one's a good one too. Drew Dober taking on Bobby King Green. This one Dorian's gonna have a hard time picking in. We got Cody Brundage taking on Mikhail Oleksiejczuk, and then our prelims, dude. We've got Cheyenne Bays taking on Corey McKenna. Dude, this one's a fucking banger, dude. Jake Matthews taking on Matthew Semelsberger. You know why I'm laughing? You know why I'm laughing? Because we got Julian Marquez versus Duran Winn this weekend, dude. Who sanctioned this fight? Who sanctioned this fight? Up next, we got Saeed Nurmagomedov taking on Saeed Yakub Kakhramanov. Dude, this tongue today is on point. We got Rafa Garcia taking on Maheshate. Brian Battle taking on Renat Fakhretdinov. David Dvorak taking on Manel Starboy Kape. That's one of Dorian's favorite fighters, by the way. And we got Sergey Morozov taking on Journey Newson. That is every single fight for this weekend, dude. So we will start right there at the at the regular prelims, I guess. We got Sergey Morozov taking on Jeremy Newson. Journey, dude, it looks like they spelled his name wrong, but his name is Journey. It's not Jeremy, it's Journey. It just looks fucking weird, dude. Have you ever seen anyone named Journey before?
No, not Journey, but yeah, the way it's spelled. I mean, it looks like he's going on a journey.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna let you pull up the odds real quick. I'm gonna just start off by saying both 33 years old. Sergey Morozov got a 1-inch height advantage, and they're both got a 67 inch reach. Jeremy Newson does have a 0.5 on the end of his 67, so he does have a 0.5 inch reach. I got to be honest, dude, I'm not too familiar with Journey Newsom, and with a name like that, I would think that I would be familiar with him, but I'm just not. I've seen Sergey Morozov fight of a few times. So that being said, I have to go with familiarity, and I have to go with Sergey Morozov. I guess, what are the odds, and which way are you leaning? If you have a lean, because to be honest, I really don't have a lean either way. I'm just going with someone that I know I've seen fight before.
That would be more what I would do too. As you said, I'm not super familiar with Journey, but a little more familiar with Morozov. I know he's been in the UFC just a little bit longer, so I'd go with the more experienced guy, and yeah, the more UFC experienced guy and more experienced guy overall. You can get Sergey Morozov at -295, and you can get Journey Newson at +220 right now, but. As far as betting line, I definitely, I mean, -295, it feels like too big of a favor for me. But yeah, I would probably go with Sergey Morozov here.
Yeah, same, dude. So we're both going to go Sergey Morozov strictly because I don't know shit about Journey Newson, dude. Moving on up. I wish we could put a bet on if like Manel Cap is fucking going to make weight or not, because I'd probably hit that one because I'd bet no. We got David Dvorak taking on Starboy Manel Cap, dude. David Dvorak, I think I've seen him fight once before, and he was kind of getting knuckled up. He got dropped a fucking few times in his last fight, dude. He is 20-4. Who did he fight last though? Let me point that. It was Matthias Nicolau. So that's not surprising.
Makes sense.
That's not surprising. So I guess what we're comparing here is Matthias Nicolau striking and power to Manel Cap's striking and power. And Manel Cap does have striking and power. I just worry that... yeah, dude, I don't have a strong lean either way. I think Manel Cap probably gets it done here. But if, like, fucking David Dvorak won, it wouldn't surprise me too much. I'm not a Manel Cap fan, so I kind of chuckle when he, like, loses because I get to see the old fucking Dorian face when he's so surprised that he lost. Yeah. Yeah, I fucking love when he loses just because of that. But who you going here, and what are the odds, man?
Yeah, so as you know, Manel Kape, he is a favorite to the sports books. He is a minus 250 right now, and you can get David
Damn,
Dvorak
that
on.
much, dude. I might
You
just put a single bet on the underdog, just at basically 3-1.
yeah, David Dvorak, you're getting him. Well, you get him at plus 190 right
Oh,
now
so 2-1,
on
yeah.
FanDuel. So yeah, 2-1. But I mean, still, as you said, might be worth a little something just because we do know that Manel Kape has his ups and downs. I mean, I wouldn't have a strong lean either way, either, just because I'm not. I know a little bit about David Dvorak, not too much. I know Manel Kape, he's got some ability, but he is able to be taken down in his fights too. So if he was to get taken down and wrestled a little bit, I would not be surprised. Let's go. I don't have a strong lean either way, but let's say David Dvorak.
Yeah, I'm sure we can get fucking 3 more out of this card somewhere, man. Up next, of what is it? The Ultimate Fighter fame or alumni. I don't know what the fuck to call it, dude. I get fucking tough and the Contender Series confused at this point. But Brian Battle, Pooh Bear taking on Rinat Fakhretdinov, dude. This is an interesting one, dude. Brian Battle 9-1, Rinat Fakhretdinov 19-1, dude. I do believe that who did he lose to? It was
Fakhretdinov.
yeah.
Honestly, I'm not super sure because I don't see.
It
I'm
had
on
to have
Google right
been.
now
It
going
had to
back.
have been earlier. Yeah, it was super early. It was all the way back in 2014, dude. I know you're a Pooh Bear fan, dude, but these Russian dudes with the crazy names that are like literally like undefeated and they just kind of come and just mollywop the fuck out of people, dude. He's beating people in wrestling matches via retirement, whatever the fuck that means. Um I guess I'm
They
just
quit
kind
on the
of
stool.
yeah, I guess I'm just kind of who is he beating, you know? Like the dude at 14-2, he's fighting dudes that are 1-1 and 3-3 and fucking it's like what are his wins like, dude? This one's kind of an odd dude. I guess I've seen more of Pooh Bear. He is less experienced. He has been in less fist fights at a professional level. But who are they against, dude? We at least seen it on the Ultimate Fighter as we didn't see Rinat Fakhretdinov, and as I said, he was 14-2 fighting people that were 1-1 and fucking 3-3. So people that shouldn't be fighting him. Um, are we going to see a Russian get exposed this weekend? I say yes. I'm going Pooh Bear Brian Battle in this fight, man. What are the odds and which way are you going? That was kind of tough for me to
Uh,
pick because I thought Rinat
you
Fakhretdinov
literally talked
was kind
yourself
of
three
good,
different
dude.
ways. You
Dude,
talked yourself into three different ways
I
before you
know,
finally made
dude.
your.
It's tough, dude. I
Yeah,
gotta win that pick champ back this weekend, dude.
yeah. Well, I mean, you're kind of making it tough for me here because you can get Fakhretdinov right now at minus 146, so he
So
is
he's
your
the
favorite going
favorite,
into the
yeah.
fight, and Brian Battle at plus 114, and for me, I think that I haven't seen enough of Fakhretdinov to kind of know for sure
Dude,
whether
what
he's going to
throws
be
me
one of
off,
those next guys.
he was training for Michael Morales, though, dude. He was getting ready for a fight. Dude, what's the
I
difference
mean,
between Brian Battle and Michael Morales? That's the same guy for the most part.
I don't know if I think their styles are so much different because I think Morales is a little bit more so Morales is a little bit more of a wild guy because he can finish the fight in so many ways. I think they both have similar tool sets, Brian Battle and Michael Morales. I just think they utilize them a little bit differently. I think Brian Battle really slows down the fight and kind of makes it his fight. You'll probably see him at first kind of be not going to say gun shy, but kind of get a feel out for the fight. And then I think you could start seeing them let those kicks go and kind of transition into his wrestling. I think that Brian Battle's able to get the win here, man. So yeah, I think it's gonna be tough to get a finish, but I do think potential decision here for Brian Battle.
All right, man. We're both Ryan and Brian battle here. So moving on up, dude, let's kind of fucking step on the gas just a little bit. We got Rafa Garcia taking on Maheshate, dude. You know I'm a Rafa Garcia fan. For some reason, dude, if you have energy and throw leg kicks, I'm a fan of you. It is what it is. That being said, I'm a Rafa Garcia fan. He is going to be fighting Maheshate, dude. Maheshate is a good one of these. I believe he's coming out of China. Don't quote me on that. Not 100% sure. It just kind of throws me off, dude, when it's like, how are these Asian countries wrestling, dude? And I know Rafa Garcia has good wrestling. Um, Mahachete's 9-1. Rafa Garcia is 14-3. Um, Rafa Garcia has been knocked out or at least clipped, shown that he can get hurt, dude. But I just feel like the wrestling of Rafa Garcia is going to be the winning point here, dude. I'm going Rafa Garcia. What are the odds and which way are you going, dude?
Yeah, man, I think this should be a pretty fun fight. I think it's good matchmaking from the UFC. You can get Rafa Garcia right now on FanDuel at -132, and you can get Maheshate at plus money at plus 104.
Close fight.
I'll keep it short and sweet. Maheshate, young, as you said, up and comer. He's 23 years old, taking on Rafa Garcia. So there's going to be a lot of hype coming into, kind of trying to bring the younger generation up a little bit. Good power puncher, and he's got some good counters. Rafa Garcia, as you said, he's a pretty good wrestler, but he can't get hit a little bit. And I think if he's not able to get it to the ground, he's got some good leg kicks, but I think the boxing could be a problem for him here. So I'll actually pick Maheshate here. I'll take Maheshate to potentially get a finish here. He's a brutal puncher.
All right, man. So that's our first different one of the night. I'm pretty confident on Rafa Garcia, dude. Moving on up, we got Saeed Nurmagomedov taking on Saeed Kakhramanov, dude. What a fucking mouthful. So 16-2, taking on 10-2. Are you going Nurmagomedov or Kakhramanov? I'm going Team Khabib, dude. Let's go Saeed Nurmagomedov. Wait, is he Team Khabib? No, that's on up.
No, he's not.
No, that's on up on.
He's got the
on
same name,
card.
but he actually doesn't train with him.
Yeah, that's on up on the. Wait, no. When were we just now talking about a whole bunch of the fucking? Oh, that was on the Fight News. Yeah, for
Oh no, you're talking about Zabira.
Yeah, that's what I was fucking talking about. Yeah, so that's going to be a Khabib fight card. This one is not it though. I'm going dude, I believe Saeed, I guess the names are confusing me because there's a Umar, there's a Usman, there and then there's a Saeed, and they all have the same last name. And I think they all have pretty good striking, right? I believe Saeed, like Nurmagomedov, has like cool spinning back kicks. Am I incorrect there, or do you know off the top of your head?
Yeah, Saeed, he's definitely got some good striking. There is like Umar and Usman and a couple of those guys that are in the lower ranks of the Nurmagomedov family in the lower weight classes. Saeed, and the weird thing is, I think he's actually from like the same, not the same exact Dagestan, but I think he's from that general region as well with the same last name. So we almost just assume that a Nurmagomedov.
I'm sure there's some lineage there. There's some lineage there. You know.
Yeah, we all.
Call me
if you wonder, Nurmagomedov,
fuck me. You know, it is what it is, dude. I don't know who has lineage to Khabib. Fuck off. It is what it is.
But I think it's natural line of thinking to like, hey, Nurmagomedov. I mean, that's such an uncommon name. I mean, obviously he's related to Khabib, right?
Yeah, but, just to point it out, ESPN also did it when they fucking put out that little fucking stat a few weeks ago. They also put Saeed Nurmagomedov on that fucking like little list, and they didn't put Zubi Tukhugov, Zabira Tukhugov on there. So ESPN fucked it up too. And guess what? I'm not ESPN. We're not ESPN over here. We have zero budget. We don't get paid shit to do this. So yeah, dude, we are just rambling, dude.
Yeah, give me Saeed here.
You want Saeed? Yeah. Dude, I think I might go Saeed Kakhramanov. Yeah, I think I might go Saeed Kakhramanov here because, dude, this is going to be a striking fight. Now, I'm not going to make a pick here because it don't matter, dude. Unless we truly fucking need it, I'll go fucking Saeed Kub. I really don't have a strong lean. This should be a good striking match overall, though. I don't really think we're going to see much wrestling out of here. But hey, both Russians. Who the hell knows? We'll see. Moving on up, dude. Do you have a better lock of the night, dude? What are the odds here? 1,000 minus 1,000, Julian Marquez, dude. Like
only minus 178 right now.
Bro, I'm about to fucking empty my bank account and go bet on Julian Marquez right now. You're
doing
dead
it
ass
currently.
serious. You're dead ass serious, dude. Julian Marquez is
literally putting a bet on him as we speak, like right now.
Dude, you said minus 178 favorite. He's not even a 2-1 favorite.
He is a minus 178 favorite right now, and I'm absolutely going to put a bet on him right now,
dude,
which is absolutely nuts.
There's probably going to be, in my opinion, max bet on Julian Marquez this weekend, dude. I don't put $20 on any single fighter to just win straight up very often, dude. It'll be this weekend, dude. I'm gonna probably net probably about 37 from my fucking $20 once I fucking make this bet this weekend.
Dude, no, I don't blame you. And like I said, we'll keep it short and sweet too. I think there's a very good chance that Marquez, I'm pretty sure he knocks out Deron Winn. I mean, Deron Winn's tough as nails, but
early.
Yeah, Deron Winn's tough as nails, but yeah,
he's this big.
He relies on his chin too much.
Put him in your pocket.
If he can't get the fight to the ground, and if he can't stand in range, he gonna get slung around like a damn keychain. Like, yeah, I don't see him lasting at all. Yeah, Julian Marquez gets the finish here.
Yeah, dude. Who sanctioned that fight, man?
I mean, at this point, I'm still surprised that at this point Deron Winn's even taking UFC fights. So, like, why is the UFC even letting him fight?
He has to change his name to Deron Lose. If he loses this fight, dude. Anytime we talk about him, his name will be Deron Lose for the rest of the time.
Again.
Deron Lose again. All right. Moving on up, dude. We got the Celtic Kid, I believe is his nickname. Jake Matthews taking on Semi the Jedi, Matthew Semelsberger. You know I'm a Matthew Semelsberger fan, so we got Matthews versus Matthew, dude. So Jake Matthews looked real good against Andre Fiallo, dude. Matthew Semelsberger has power, though. We've seen him sleep people like, oh, shit. But then at the same time, dude, we seen him go 3 rounds with Alex Morono and not able to get him out of there. And we saw an older Santiago Ponzinibbio do that this past weekend, dude. Dude, this is a tough one for me to pick because I like both of them. I'm probably going to let you pick Jake Matthews, and I'm going to go Matthew Semelsberger. So I'm going to ask you which way you're going and what are the odds, and then I'm going to go the opposite way.
Man, I will. If you exclude this from the picks, I would not blame you. Jake Matthews, big favorite here, minus 265. And you can get plus money on Matthew Semelsberger at plus 200. And I think really for me at this point, I don't even want to take both of their last fights into account, which I think you have to take more of Semelsberger's last fight if you're going to take a fight, because the way that he wasn't able to he just kept chasing Morono around the octagon, and Morono really used good footwork and just kind of danced around Semelsberger the whole that whole fight. And was able to kind of get in and out of the boxing range. I think Jake Matthews, I think Fiallo has kind of shown to this point that his defense isn't the greatest. So I don't want to say that aggressive style of Jake Matthews, you're going to get him every time. But I do think that he's starting to mature and come into his skill set. Jake Matthews, I think experience-wise, he's been in the UFC for way too long, fought a lot of good guys. I think he should be able to get the win here.
That's kind of the way that I'm like leaning to, so we won't even put that one in there. You kind of convinced me, dude. But don't be surprised, dude. You see a fucking Semi the Jedi KO, dude. I'm sure we don't have fucking props yet. It being fucking Tuesday night right now, yeah.
Yeah, not as of just total rounds, but hey, you can get under 2.5 at plus 132.
I might throw a few dollars at. I say here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play fucking like fucking Jake Matthews round 3 or decision, and then hedge by fucking Semi the Jedi by KO. I'll honestly probably put like $1 or $2 on that, and that'll probably be my smart play of the night. Moving on up to the main event of the prelims, we got Cheyenne Delite. Cheyenne Vilismas. Google still has it Cheyenne Bays, by the way, or Cheyenne Bays, by the way. And she's going to be taking on Corey McKenna. This is a striker versus grappler, dude. Cheyenne, like Vilismas, her first fight in the UFC got, in my opinion, exposed. That she got headlocked and then held there in every single round by Maserat Ruiz, Maserat Conejo. I reference that fight all the time. Dorian hates her because of that fight. He was like, I cannot believe I watched that fight for 3 rounds.
Well, no, and she spit on her after she won. She decided to spit on Cheyenne Bays because Cheyenne Bays was basically mad that she lost. Yeah, fuck Ruiz.
Yeah, dude. Anyway, we got Cheyenne Vilismas taking on Corey Poppins McKenna, dude. Poppins McKenna going to have the better wrestling. Cheyenne Vilismas going to have the better striking. Got to go Cheyenne Vilismas here, dude. Corey McKenna, I don't think, dude, I could cut my arm in half and it would be longer than Corey McKenna's arm still. I believe she's got like a 58-inch reach or something like that. I believe it's the smallest in the UFC, by the way. Not good. Thoughts on this fight? I'm going Cheyenne Vilismas. What are the odds and which way are you going? I'm listening to you. I'm going to run and grab some of the drink because my mouth could not be drier and we're not on the main card yet.
Yeah, shit. I would say, yeah, we're not on the main card as you just noted, but yeah, Cheyenne, she's minus 196 right now. Corey McKenna is plus 152 according to FanDuel right now. I think those odds are a little tough because Cheyenne, she has shown that, she has been big favorites before and has not been able to get the job done, as we had noted against Ruiz in her fight. She was able to get just judo thrown down. Corey McKenna does have good wrestling, but as Matt had mentioned, she is very small for the weight class. Could fight at atomweight if there was an atomweight division. So for Corey McKenna, it's going to be tough trying to close the range here. I know that that Matt is a big fan of the Delidze and Vilismas crew here, and I think that honestly, you can say that it kind of showed in Cheyenne's last performance. Her training with Roman kind of put a little bit of a fire in her butt, and she was able to kind of fight a little bit more aggressive. I'd say you should probably be able to be safe and say Cheyenne Vilismas, Delidze, whoever you want to call her, should be able to get the win here.
Yeah, man, for sure. What are the odds, by the way, on that fight? I'm not sure if I didn't hear you say odds or if you said
it. Yeah. So Cheyenne Vilismas is minus 196 right now according to FanDuel, and Corey McKenna is plus 152.
Makes sense. Sorry, I just ran downstairs and then ran back up here as quick as I could. So we are both going Cheyenne Vilismas there. Moving on to the main event, the main card. We got Cody Brundage taking on Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. Dude, this is gonna be a tough one for you to judge back and forth. Excuse me. I don't like either one of these fighters. I got to be honest. Neither one of them I've ever picked in my picks for the week. I always pick against them. But if I have to go with strictly my knowledge of these two fights, I got to go Cody Brundage. Mikhail Oleksiejczuk, just every single time, to me, looks like that he's not big enough. No matter what weight class he fights at, whether it's 205 or fucking 185, it looks like he's not big enough. That being said, Cody Brundage knocked out Tresean Gore that I'm kind of a fan of, dude. So he's definitely got power. I got to go Cody Brundage here. I don't think he knocks Mikhail Oleksiejczuk out. I'm going Cody Brundage by decision. What are the odds and which way are you going, man?
Man, so yeah, I would say if you go Cody Brundage, you're definitely going with a pretty big dog here. Michelle Oleksiejczuk minus 295 favorite right now. Dude, and Cody Brundage
favorite.
He definitely shouldn't be. Cody Brundage is plus 220 right now. So, man, honestly, I do think that I'm going to go opposite just so we can have different picks. Mm-hmm. I will tell you before you said that Cody Brundage, I was leaning Cody Brundage. Even I am I'm not going to say an Oleksiejczuk fan, as if he's my favorite fighter, but I love the tenacity that he fights with. That dude's he has a mean streak to him, and he's going out there to hurt you. And I think that, you know, the difference between him and Tresean Gore, he didn't have the experience. Michelle Oleksiejczuk has fought a lot of guys at 205, has fought some good guys at 205. I think he just had more experience at this point. Michelle Oleksiejczuk, if he ends up going against a wrestler, he got taken down against Jimmy Crute and submitted, but that's also up a weight class. So I want to see what his wrestling defense looks like at 185. If he's shown me that he's able to tighten it up, honestly, he should be able to win. But the only thing that has me worried is that maybe his wrestling defense isn't as cleaned up and Cody Brundage is able to take advantage, because Cody Brundage is a good wrestler himself. But I say Michelle Oleksiejczuk, as long as he keeps on the feet, should be able to win the fight.
That's going to be probably one of the dogs of the week in my opinion, especially over fucking 2-1 dog, dude. Mikhail Oleksiejczuk should not be a 2-1 favorite over anyone besides maybe Sam Alvey. And that's it.
Yeah, dude, he was like a 7-1 favorite in that fight too, which is crazy.
Yeah, man. So we got another different pick there. We'll go back and get them at the end to figure out which ones we're actually going to do. Moving on up, dude. Drew Dober versus Bobby King Green, dude. Are we going to pick different here? That is the question. Bobby King Green coming off of USADA suspension, dude. A few months for stuff that he said that he did, or he meant to take, but he didn't know that it was on the banned substance list. Like, it wasn't a steroid or anything. It was just like some like fucking cognitive shit that is banned by like USADA. But he did say, "Oh yeah, I fucking took that. The guy on fucking YouTube told me to take it." So classic Bobby King Green fucking reference, dude. But gonna be taking on Drew Dober, dude. Drew Dober got a head like a fire hydrant, dude. The noggin on him is like no other. He's got a chin. I don't see Bobby Green being able to finish him, dude. If anyone finishes here, it's got to be on the Drew Dober side. I don't see fucking Bobby Green getting a finish over Drew Dober, and Drew Dober hits like a truck too, dude. Man, this is a tough fight, man. I guess I'm gonna go Drew Dober here, but if Bobby Green won, it wouldn't surprise me, not one single bit. I am a Bobby King Green fan ever since Bully Beatdown. When I saw him as a fighting style hood, I was a Bobby King Green fan. But I just think he's just got his hands full. Like this weekend against a short, stubby fire hydrant with power and a good ass chin, dude. I just think he's got his hands full. Can he outslick Drew Dober, Dorian? Which way are you going? And what are the odds?
Tough fight for me here to pick because, as you noted, I'm a fan of both fighters. But I love me some Bobby King Green. Right now, you can get Drew Dober at -160, and you can get Bobby Green at the return on +124 right now. So I think that if you're talking about in terms of pure boxing, Bobby Green is going to be the pure cleaner boxer. He's just got the better hands at this point. Drew Dober is the more well-rounded guy, so he's got the better wrestling. I think he's got some good kicks. Now Bobby Green's got some really good leg kicks too. So if Drew Dober lets him start getting off those leg kicks, I do think it could be a lot of trouble. But I think Drew Dober, as long as he fights smart, not just standing in range and wanting to put on a show for the fans, sort of like he did with Terrence McKinney, and get lit up there for that first minute until he kind of realized, like, hey, maybe I should wrestle a little bit to kind of slow this fight down before I get my ass knocked out here for the first time. And yeah, sometimes Drew Dober can fall into that trap and fall for a fight for the fans, but I do think overall skill set, he has the better wrestling. He's the bigger guy, the younger guy. And I think Drew Dober should be able to get the win here. So give me Drew Dober.
All right. We're both going Drew Dober this week. Moving on up, dude. We got Bruce Leroy, Alex Caceres, dude, still doing the damn thing. I remember him from way back in the day on Tough, dude. He's going to be taking on Juicy J, Julian Erosa. For those of you who don't know, Juicy J did fight Paddy the Baddy in Cage Warriors way back then, believe it or not. I believe that was Julian Erosa, right? Or you don't know.
Who was it?
He fought fucking Paddy in Cage Warriors at fucking 145.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that, honestly.
I think so. Don't quote me on it. See if I'm wrong. I'm only a UFC fan. I don't give a fuck about anything else. So Juicy J taking on Bruce Leroy, Alex Caceres, dude. Bruce Leroy wants to make this a kickboxing match. He wants to point fight and win, dude. On the other hand, Julian Erosa is in your face and down to bang that whole damn fight, dude. I think that gives Bruce Leroy problems on the feet if you're constantly pressuring him in his face, throwing hooks at him. I think he struggles with that type of fighter, and that's the exact type of fighter that Juicy J is, dude. I'm going Juicy J, Julian Erosa here. Which way are you going, and what are the odds?
Yeah, I think this is it's a fun fight. Definitely is from the matchmakers here. You can get Julian Rosa at -172, and you can get Alex Caceres at +134. Really can't say too much myself. Julian Rosa he's going to bring the pressure from the time the bell starts, and he takes a lot of damage in order to inflict his game plan. But I think that for Alex Caceres, one of the things that I've noticed that guys have been able to kind of get Julian Rosa off with is big power shots. If you don't have the power to kind of get him to back off you, he's going to be in your face the whole time. And while we know Alex Caceres to be a very well-rounded fighter, he's got, decent submissions, good kickboxer. I think it's going to be really tough for him to kind of keep Erosa off of him. I do think that Alex Caceres is tough enough. I think it's going to go all 3 rounds, but I think Julian Erosa should be able to get the win here. I'm not going to say pretty easily, but I think that at the end of the night, we're going to feel pretty convinced that Erosa won. So yeah, give me Julian Erosa here.
We're both going Juicy J here. Fun fact, Julian Erosa lost to a decision November 12th of 2016 to Paddy Pimblett in Cage Warriors, dude. So that was a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, long time. Both of them were damn whippersnappers at that point.
Yeah, man. Moving on up, Amir Albazi taking on Alessandro Costa. I know Amir Albazi is good. I don't know literally anything about Alessandro Costa. This is the first time I've ever heard his name. I don't even know if I said it correctly. I don't know, man. I got to go Amir Albazi. He's probably 6-1 favorite because I'm sure the guy's like late notice, fucking UFC newcomer. Do you know anything about him, or am I crazy?
Yeah.
What are the odds?
All I know is that the guy is a short notice replacement right now. Costa is, and he is +330, and you can get Amir Albazi at -480.
All right.
And I think the odds are probably about right now. And Albazi is one of those guys that are coming, one of those just young up and comers that's ready to make some noise at 125. I think it should be a pretty easy dub here for him.
All right, man. Moving on up. Co-main event, Arman Tsarukyan taking on Damir Ismagulov, dude. I don't think Damir's ever been finished, but Arman's good, dude. Arman's really fucking good. It surprised, bro. But who did he fight last that he lost to?
Game right.
Yeah, that fight kind of surprised me. Like he wasn't all the way there. Like he wasn't on his A game that night. He just seemed like a bit off for some reason, dude, and I can't put my finger on it. I still think that he wins this fight. I still think that he probably finishes like Damir Ismagulov here for his first fucking finish, by the way, because I do think coming off that loss, he wants to make a statement that, hey, I belong back at the top of the future contenders, whatever the fuck you want to say. Damir is good, dude. He beat Guram Kutateladze via decision, dude, and fucking Guram's also really good. Beat Rafael Alves via decision. So Thiago Moises via decision. Joel Alvarez via decision. So he's beating these really pretty good people by decision. I just feel like Arman's a tough ass, man. So that being said, I gotta go Arman Tsarukyan here. The smaller, younger, and shorter reach fighter. Watch out for like Damir's boxing. He's got pretty clean hands, but I don't see him finishing Arman. And that being said, I think Arman's gonna use his wrestling, maybe get a GMP finish. Which way are you going?
Yeah, man. So you can get Arman Tsarukyan right now at -200, so pretty decent favorite here. And Damir Ismagulov is +154. And I'm kind of glad you actually leaned that way because, man, I'm honestly thinking Ismagulov can get the job done. His takedown defense is absolutely lights out. it's really hard, in that last fight against Kutateladze, Kutateladze fought like hell to get a takedown and was going for trip after trip. Just anything he could do to get Damir Usmagulov to the ground, and he was having no luck whatsoever. And as you said, Usmagulov's boxing is super crisp. His distance management is awesome.
He winks at you and then punches you in the face.
Yeah, well, he kind of throws you off, but he's got kind of the Tourette's. He got to look up and then that jab real quick. He kind of hits him with the fadeaway there. The kind of almost kind of that's who Sean O'Malley got the look away punch from, was from Damir Usmagulov. But no, man, I actually think Usmagulov. I think he gets a decision, man. I think Arman's last fight against Gamrot really kind of opened my eyes a little bit as far as how young he is and how far he still has to go within this division. I think he got kind of catapulted up into the top 10 a little too early. And I think Usmagulov is he's here to stay, man. He might not be the most devastating finisher, but he's a clean fighter. And I think Usmagulov gets the win.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I'm going Arman Tsarukyan, Dorian going Damir Ismagulov. Main event time. We got Jared, the Killer Gorilla Cannonier, taking on Sean Strickland, man. I think Sean Strickland gets knocked out again. Dude, Sean Strickland is a welterweight, moved up to 185 because he doesn't want to make welterweight anymore. He's fucking said that multiple times. He's like, I just don't want to suffer to make 170, so I fucking fight at 185. Jared Cannonier literally has knockouts at heavyweight, light heavyweight, and is now at middleweight. Jared Cannonier via knockout. That's how I'm going this weekend, man. What are the odds? Which way are you going?
So the line is basically dead even right now. I mean, Sean Strickland is like the ever so small favorite at minus 115, and you can get return money on Jared Cannonier minus 111. So you might as well say they're damn near dead on. Odds are kind of about right because I think it's so hard to kind of gauge this fight considering both of the fighters coming off their last performance with, Jared Cannonier kind of having the lackluster performance against Izzy, and then Sean Strickland getting absolutely sent to hell from Alex Pereira. So you just don't know kind of what to expect. And Sean Strickland had like the weird, was it the hand surgery or like the foot surgery or something like that he had going? I think it was like the hand surgery that he had going into this fight too, that it got canceled back in October. So don't know exactly what's going on with that situation. I think Sean Strickland's going to be a little bit more careful as far as just kind of just walking in the shot. So I don't think he's going to necessarily want or try to intentionally run into one of those hammers like he did against Alex Pereira. But I do think that Jared Cannonier, cleaner fighter overall, cleaner fighter, cleaner striker. It's going to be really hard to take Jared Cannonier down. Sean Strickland's got decent boxing, but I could see Jared Cannonier really adding up with those leg kicks and either getting the finish late or just kind of pummeling Sean Strickland to a decision here. So give me Jared Cannonier.
Yeah, looks like we're both going the Killer Gorilla in the main event. I say probably TKOs him. Late round 3, early round 4, something like that. I can just see it, dude. Because Jared Cannonier is just a straight fucking powerhouse. So let's just go over our different picks real quick. We are doing Arman Tsarukyan taking on Damir Ismagulov. I am going Arman Tsarukyan. Dorian is going Damir Ismagulov. That is our first different one. Our next different one is going to be wait, did you pick fucking Bobby Green or no? Did you pick Drew Dober?
No, I picked Drew Dober, but we disagreed on the
Cody Brundage versus Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. That is going to be our second one. I am going Cody Brundage, Dorian going Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. And then our last one is going to be on the prelims, and we are going to do Rafa Garcia versus who is he fighting? Maheshate, yeah. So there are a few more in there. Saeed Koop versus Saeed. Who the fuck knows on that one? Russians, that who the fuck knows? So we do.
And if anybody falls out, we could throw them in there too.
Yeah. We do have an extra one there in case one of them falls out, because chances are a fight's gonna fall out before this weekend, dude. It always happens that way. So we do have a backup. And then if 2 falls out, dude, I'm might have to take fucking Semelsberger in the Jake Matthews fight. But that being said, that's going to be all of our picks for this weekend. Dorian, is your this week's pick champ. So, you know, put it in the comments. Congratulate him on winning the pick champ back. I've had it for, I would say, probably two fucking months at this point, and then he finally gets it back for a week. Coming down to the final few weeks of the show. Our last show of the year is next week. After this weekend's fight card, so make sure you guys check that out. Stay tuned. That being said, anything before we get out of here, man?
Nah, man. Just glad to be home, and we going for back to back to end the year. Let's go.
All right,
Big champ.
Dorian trying to keep the pick champ closing out the year. But that being said, that's gonna be all from us. I am Matt Anderson, Dorian Rose on that side of your screen. This is the Golden Octagon MMA podcast, and catch us next week for our final show of the week. And catch you Monday card video. Dorian just showing you that he's the pick champ. That's gonna be a fall from us here this time. We'll catch y'all next week. Peace.